Working with color. Filling color to objects created in Illustrator is fun. Before starting with how to fill color to object, we will have to examine some facts about color. Filling is nothing but coloring the object up to the boundary of the path. The different types of fills are solid color fill, gradient and pattern. Adobe Illustrator uses a number of color modes for displaying, printing and storing images. These modes are based on the established color models for describing and reproducing color. A color mode in Illustrator determines the color model used to display and print Illustrator files. Illustrator bases its color modes on established models for describing and reproducing color. Illustrator documents are either in RGB or in CMYK. Despite this, it allows you to select colors from several different color palettes or color models like grayscale, RGB, that is red, green and blue, HSB, that is hue, saturation and brightness, CMYK, that is cyan, magenta, yellow and black, and web safe RGB. Color models. Color model is a system for describing color. Illustrator supports the following color models: grayscale, RGB, CMYK, HSB, and web safe RGB. You can switch between color models to choose and change color in your artwork. Grayscale. Grayscale uses 256 shades of gray to represent an object. Every grayscale object has a value ranging from 0, that is black, to 255, that is white. The values between 0 and 255 correspond to points on the grayscale spectrum. Grayscale values can also be measured as percentages of black ink converge, indicating 0% white and 100% black. RGB model. The RGB, that is red, green and blue color model, is a standard model that is applicable for present-day television and computer monitors. RGB is also referred to as additive primary colors due to the fact that 100% addition of all the colors gives you white, as all the gets reflected back to the eye. Additive colors are used for lighting, video and monitors. Your monitor, for example, creates color by emitting light through red, green and blue phosphor. It is also applied for designing work in multimedia applications. The CMYK model. The CMYK, that is cyan, magenta, yellow and black, K for krypton, color model is the standard for offset printing. The RGB model depends on a light source to create color, whereas the CMYK model is based on the light absorbing quality of ink printed on paper. HSB model. The HSB, that is hue, saturation and brightness, color model is based on the human perception of color. It describes three fundamental characteristics of color: hue, saturation, brightness. Selecting object. Selection tool. This tool, also called as the black arrow, is used to select an object by clicking on it, and for moving objects by clicking to select and then dragging it. When an object is selected, you will notice the 4 blue points, which are called anchor points. A detailed explanation of anchor point is given in session 3. Selecting an object and dragging it to a new position moves the object. You can select more than one object by holding down Shift key and can move to a new position together. Direct selection tool. This tool is also called as the white arrow and is used to select, move and edit parts of an image. The direct selection tool is used for editing paths after drawing or creating it. Unlike the selection tool, this tool is used to edit a part of a path. It lets us to select individual anchor points or segments on a path and displays all direction points and lines on a path for adjusting. Lasso tool. The lasso tool lets us select entire paths and objects by dragging around any part of the path. Unlike other selection tools in Illustrator, this tool allows us to create a mark shape other than a rectangle. We make use of this tool by dragging with a mouse, and those objects that fall within the shape that we drag get selected. We need not drag around the entire object to select it. Even if a part of the object comes within the mark area, then the object gets selected. Group Selection Tool. The Group Selection Tool lets you select an object within a group. The Group Selection Tool is hidden within the Direct Selection Tool. If there are objects which are grouped, where objects A and B are grouped, on selecting them with the selection tool, both are selected together. But if we have to move or alter just one object, then with the group selection tool, we can move any one object. Select all. For selecting all the objects in your artwork together, we do not have to hold Shift key and keep selecting all the objects. Just select Edit and then select all, or press the shortcut Ctrl plus A key Windows or Command plus A key, that is Mac OS. All the object will be selected together. Shape tools. Rectangle tool. The rectangle tool is used to draw rectangles and squares. To draw a rectangle, simply click and drag. And to draw a square, hold down the Shift key and drag. Ellipse tool. The oval tool is used to draw ovals and circles. To draw a oval, simply click and drag. And to draw a circle, hold down the Shift key and drag. Line and arc segments.